What? Hello. Konnichiwa. Wait, did I update my chat? I forgot. I did. Cool. Just checking. Okay. Hello. Hi, Mary. What's up? What? Excuse me. Oh no. Might want to put content warnings. Yes, I put content warning in the description. Hang on. And I was gonna put a pinned comment as well. I will do that now. Yippee. Yeah, because I have content warnings in the description that I copied from the site. Gimme. What is? Show me the guy. Why isn't this thing for that? Am I being incomprehensible? Show me this. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. Lucy has some opinions. Yeah, there's no does the dog die for slow damage, I don't think. At least I couldn't find one. Yep. There we go. Oh, and I need to go to the actual stream to pin it. There we go. Oh my god, Lucy, are you okay? Is she okay? Is she okay? Creature! I wish there was a way that I could make Lucy's little character model Lucy's little character model like bounce up and down every time she barks, but I don't think there's a way I can differentiate it from my voice. Truly, I don't know what her opinions are on most things. Actually, that's a lie. I know what her opinions are on most things, and it's that she hates them. She hates most things. Yes, long journey. Alright. Let me be completely transparent. I don't actually know what this game's about. All I know is that Mary has bled, sweated, and cried over this game. And then it's Nitro Gyro, so... Is it Nitro Gyro? Nitro Gyro. Wait, I never... It's Gyro, right? Why am I suddenly uncertain? Oh god. Also... Chiral, okay. By the way, I'm annoyed with my audio currently because I think I have to like actually do something. So, because I've been like, why is my audio always quieter than other videos on YouTube? And so I tried last stream having it a bit louder, but then it was just making me peak all the time. And so I realized that I need to get some other shit organized for that, and I don't know. That's hard. So you're just gonna have to turn up the volumes a little bit for my stream. That's fine. And my nose is all stuffed up today, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. We're getting through it. And also, I couldn't think of a title for this stream. So it's just the Dramatical Murder title, but again. Anyway, you wanna go over here? Here, have some desktop audio. Can't hear anything yet, but I just closed my OBS. I didn't close it, I hit it. Oh my god, I'm sniffly! Bleh! I'm struggling. Hello, someone. I'm struggling. Press the enter key. Ooh. I realized that I forgot to do an audio test. So, we're gonna go... Oh, hello, Shadowman. Shadowman. Yes, I did open this briefly to test that it worked. So I know that the menu is cool. That kind of wild. I don't want to exit. I want tools. Change the settings. We got some paintings. Hello. There's lots of shadow men hanging around.
Slow damage.
Slow damage.
Slow damage.
Slow damage. My voice doesn't go that low. Okay, let me know if that sounds loud enough or something. That sound effect. Let me know if BGM too loud, too quiet. You know. There's not really much BGM at all right now. It's very quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, gonna change to the red text, then voice playback. Next line. Yep, synchronize text with the voice. Okay, cool. What's over here? We got some miscellaneous men and some miscellaneous women. Hell yeah. I'm assuming there's... Like, isn't this menu cool? This menu's cool. I think it's cool. Wow. Oh, hello. I didn't actually apply any settings last time I went in there, so I didn't see that screen. Oh, my nose. Why did I have to wake up with a sniffly nose? Why? Anyway. So you want to start a new canvas? Paint a beautiful painting. And I'll sniff forever. What? Hello. Thank you for patching sliders. Wow. Before we begin, here's a helpful explanation of the interrogation gameplay segments. Need this information because interrogation can be tricky. You'll be able to skip this tutorial in subsequent playthroughs. Thank you. During an interrogation, as you speak to your target, try to fill the euphoria gauge. That's not quite the same thing, but I'm going to use it to justify bringing the ecstasy image up. And I'm just going to keep it down there. And I'm going to sniff again. Literally anytime I hear a positive emotion that starts with the letter E, I think of ecstasy. Anyway, doing so will progress the story. Thank you. That's your ultimate objective in every interrogation. Oh, wait. Talk to him, try to expose a secret. Text you see in your member pad serve as a hint. Act accordingly to make progress in the interrogation. I just remembered that Mary sent me a guide that I should probably have opened already before I started the stream. And I didn't do that because I forgot. Ba-ba-ba. By the way, we are only doing the common route on stream because this is a new game that just dropped. Doesn't have a tutorial in it. Yeah. I just remembered because like tutorials reminded me of guides, and then I remembered that guide. I should have it. But yeah, I'm only doing the common route because this is a new game. You should play it for yourself, and also I don't know how censored this is, but I don't think it's censored. It's a horny game. Did I establish that? It's a horny game. Text you see in your member pad will serve as a hint. Yep. Oh, fucking... I just muted myself to blow my nose. Don't worry about it. That being said, it's only a hint, and it isn't necessarily always the right choice. If I'm just playing the common route, do I have to worry about making the right choice? Or is it still a good idea to make the right choice? Should I just do whatever I want? Should I just do whatever I want if I'm just doing the common route? On stream, at least. Might do the rest of my own time, but like, you know. I'll consider. Still a good idea. Maybe. Okay. Depending on the full connotation and your target's body language. But yeah, do whatever. Okay. I'll consider it. Once I get to the questions, Once I get to the choices, I'll see how much I feel like following guides. Okay. Your choices will determine the outcome. Hello. Oh. Hello, sir. You blink. Next, let's talk about the hourglass and jagged lines. The hourglass represents your target's euphoria level. Fill the hourglass to the line in the middle, and the sand will start glowing. This means you've achieved full euphoria. As you approach full euphoria, the red line will flash. It's just a funny way to let you know you're almost there. The purple line at the bottom is the minimum baseline for euphoria. If the sand should fall below this line, then end. Okay. It will result in a game over, so be careful. The sand will glow to warn you if you start to get too close. Jagged line represents the target's madness. Oh dear. In other words, their emotional wounds. Yeesh. Also, why is my microphone in this awkward spot? Why can't I not get it out of the awkward spot? Whatever. As their wounds are ripped open, madness will increase. Cool. This image reminds me of Tokyo Teddy Bear. Neru's song. It's Kagame Reiden. I relate most things back to Kagame Reiden. Anyway, at the blue fill line, you'll achieve full madness. As your approach will start glowing. I love to achieve full madness. At full madness, the hourglass will start to crack, like so. And my Wi-Fi will drop. So to recap, at full euphoria, the sand will glow, and at full madness, the hourglass will crack. As the wound closes, madness will decrease. Achieving full euphoria will complete the interrogation, but full madness will lead to other paths and affect the ending. Route branching only occurs during important story scenes, but the results of each interrogation will impact the euphoria and madness of the ones that follow. High euphoria will grant a euphoria bonus. Low madness will inflict a madness penalty. And a high madness will grant a madness bonus. Wait, so do I want them to be mad? This concludes the euphoria and madness tutorial. Thank you. Check your objective, move the cursor to the right-hand edge of the screen. That way you won't forget.
No.
Oh, hello. Ooh, I'm doing some voice acting. You're the vampire everyone's talking about, right? Oh, I'm not a vampire. He's a shady man. Oh. During the interrogation, you can respond with negative or positive answers. Passive answers are negative, while assertive answers are positive. This decision will affect your target's euphoria and madness. He looks truly miserable. Their status is displayed at the bottom of the screen, so choose carefully to raise their euphoria. As for raising their madness, why don't you give it a try? Give a positive response to agree. I forgot what he said. What did he say? I literally already forgot what he said. No, I'm not a vampire. Sure, you're not a vampire. Respond calmly. Press him. I don't know. I don't think he's a vampire, but I don't know. Respond calmly.
そうか。
Deny it all you want, but that's how people see you. That has died. Oh, nice. I want to drink it so bad. Here's where you use inspiration gained by talking to people in the exploration segments. We'll talk more about explanation later. This tutorial reminds me of Danganronpa. Like this tutorial voice. I imagine it's the same tutorial voice. Using your inspiration will impact your target's euphoria and madness. In fact, it gives you a bigger boost compared to negative and positive answers. Additionally, inspiration has a few different patterns. 2-choice answers, A or B, sequential answers, A to V, and even 2-choice answers, A or B, that lead to sequential questions, A to B, B to A. Oh my god. This all sounds confusing, don't worry. Okay. Use your inspiration whenever you see something you want to ask more about. And unlike negative or positive, you can always choose not to use your inspiration at all. Sometimes the best option is to say nothing at all. Bait him. Now let's try it out. Oh, you want to drink blood right from Rei's interest. I don't know what Rei is. From Igarashi's sadness. He must be miserable. I don't know who Igarashi is and say nothing. He seems really sad. Like, I've never seen a sadder man in my life, so... You must be miserable. Must be excruciating for you. Shut up! This man has had like 3 voices so far. Next, let's go over special objectives. Not target! See how the hourglass is painted over black? This tells you that the euphoria is not the goal this time. And the hourglass is black. Madness is the goal, so I do want to make people mad. And on rare occasions, the goal may be to avoid full madness. You have to judge for yourself depending on the circumstances. In situations where euphoria is not the goal, don't let the sand fall too low or it's game over. Okay. This time, the hourglass has been repainted white. This means the goal has changed back to full euphoria. As you can see, the hourglass may offer hints about the objective. I see. Hello? Oh, I'm sad now.
Kizuato.
Kizuato. This man's deepest desires. A wine glass. If you fill the euphoria gauge within a specified number of turns, you can use clues acquired in the story to rip open your target's secret scars. Ouch. Pick the right clue and the wound will open, progressing the story. Be careful, the wrong choice will lower the euphoria gauge. If you haven't reached full euphoria, once it's time to choose a clue, game over. If you fall below the euphoria line, that's game over too. Now use a clue and see if you can open this man's secret scar. Thirsty. This guy's thirsty as fuck, dude. Yeesh. Ash. Hey, you good? Did I do it? Did I help you? This concludes the interrogation tutorial. I guess maybe, maybe not. If you'd ever like a refresher, check the interrogation section of how to play. Without further ado, welcome to Slight Damage! Yay! Yay! Oh, it's very quiet. The human heart is soft like a fistful of fine sand. Oh. I'm gonna turn up the game volume a little bit. You must be very careful with how you handle it. Oh. What? Oh. Croquis? Pellet? That's the French word. Ha! I'm not quite sure how to describe it. Zombie. I never imagined my wish would come true. You've made me so. Happy. Yay! That's good. You've said that ominously, but that's a good sentiment. Drip. 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 What? Psh. Ah, the rain. It started to rain. Oh. Mindlessly, I moved my brush. The patter of the rain mingled with the faint scritching of paint spreading across the canvas. Hang on a second. I actually want to... Where is the config menu? I want the... So where is it? Where is it? Auto mode playback speed. Oh my god. There it is. Text speed. Let's get the text speed a bit faster. Just so. Okay. The sound slowly filming up to your head. I like to have the text appear fast so I can read it at my own pace. Felt like my insides were melting. Melting in the heat of the dark desire I just harvested. But before that feeling faded away entirely, I needed to get it out of my system. I needed to capture it on the canvas. So, I'm an art horror? Interesting. Hello? Come in.
Oi.
Hi.
Oi.
Hi. What?
起きろ。
起きろー。
いつまで寝てるんだ。
A familiar deep voice broke into my ear, summoning me back into the waking world. The Wi-Fi drops again. I swear to God! Was it morning or closer to noon, or was it later than that? I'd slept like the dead, and my perception of time was shut. I lifted my head from the sofa where I lay face down. My eyelids were practically glued shut. Blinking, I forced them open. What time had I gone to bed last night? Definitely sometime past midnight. At some point, I had passed out on the sofa.
もう昼だぞ。出勤時間はとうに過ぎてる。
Papa. Want the voices to be nice and audible. He has some good voice acting. Gotta appreciate it. At this, I sluggishly pushed myself up into a sitting position. Hello? Hello, sir. The other man peered closely at me, exuding orange smoke. This was Murase Takuma, or Taku for short. Hello, Taku.
お前な、常々思ってるんだが、本当に働く気があるのか?
Well, I don't even know what my job is. But apparently I give a shit about it.
ちゃんと目を見て返事しろ。
I looked up into Taku's reproachful eyes. His brow was furrowed deeply. As I spoke, I grabbed a pack of cigarettes off the coffee table, pulled one out, and put it between my lips. That's bad for you!
あのな、悠長にタバコを吸ってる暇があるなら、とっとと起きて支度しろってんだ。
Right as I lit my cigarette and took my first slow drag, Taku reached out and ruffled my hair. Hey! I shook my head slightly to knock his hand away. Taku let out an exaggerated sigh. His other arm carried a stack of clean clothes. He was the sort of busybody who would periodically come into my apartment to clean and do laundry. Damn, I wish I had that. According to him, it would turn into a pigsty otherwise, and he was correct. He set the clean laundry on the bed, then turned to the door. I'm already relating to this protagonist a lot.
しかしこの部屋ほんと油臭いよな。
今更だろ。
まあ別に嫌いじゃないがな。あ、それとお前またテレビつけっぱなしだったぞ。いい加減ちゃんと消してから寝ろよ。
This music reminds me of Persona. Specifically Persona 4. Just like... Yeah, this is reminding me of Persona.
多分な。
Just like a little vibes.
なんだ。
It's got the
それじゃ下で待ってるぞ。早く来いよ。
vibes of Persona 5, music of Persona 4. That's the vibes I'm getting here. Actually, no, vibes of Persona 3 even. Paint smell could be traced to the stuff I'd piled over in the corner, a bunch of canvases, a slapdash collection of paints, a well-worn palette, and a handful of brushes. Forest of rectangular canvases, a disorganized pile of paints, old worn-out palettes and brushes. But the fumes didn't bother me, or maybe I was just used to them by now. Oh, hello. Hello, shirtless man. And your fly is open. Close that up. There isn't a zipper on the other side of his pants. Wait. You seeing this? How does this fly close? There's no other side of the zipper. There's only one side of the zipper and there's no buttonhole at the top for the button to go through. Are you seeing this? How does he close his pants? No wonder his fly's open. There's no way for them to close. What the... Wait, is that maybe... No, the zipper would have to be there. You can't see my cursor, so this is... So my words like there mean nothing. But you can see, it's fly. There's no other side of the zipper and there's no buttonhole. So his pants are just open forever. That's sad. Anyway, I lean back against the sofa, cigarette between my lips, forcing my fuzzy brain to think. What happened yesterday? I bit back a yawn, my body felt like lead. Oh my god, I'm relating to this guy too much. This is exactly how I feel when I wake up. Oh, that's right. Yesterday I'd gone out late at night to drink at the usual place. Then some random started talking to me. I do not drink, though. I was totally blitzed, so when he invited me to leave, I jumped at the chance without even looking at him. I do not relate to this. But hey, after playing Dramatical Mode for so long, it's nice to have a protagonist who actually knows what gay people are. That's pretty cool. I keep moving my cursor over here, and that just opens the menu. Then he led me to an alley, and for some reason we were both so horny we started screwing right there. Even I couldn't tell you why I was so worked up. Now my back ached from being slammed up against the brick wall. The guy wasn't much of a lay. How old was he? 20s? No, maybe early 30s? Regardless, I must have accidentally taken too many pills when I got home because I slept like a log. This taco was prescribed them to me in the first place since I've always been kind of an insomniac. The nights I didn't take them, I'd either have terrifying nightmares or I'd drift in and out of sleep all night long, sometimes until noon. Last night I was so drunk I couldn't remember how many I'd taken. Oh my god. Can I speak? Nothing new though. I knew you weren't supposed to take medicine with alcohol in your system. As a result, I always felt like shit. Taco kept telling me to knock it off, but I had no plans to stop. Pinched the stick between my fingers, drew my sleep to my nose and took a whiff. It reeked of booze, smoke, and sweat. Nice! I knew Taku wanted me downstairs ASAP, but I needed a shower. Last time I went to work in this state, the elderly patients gave me dirty looks. That's it. Cigarette in mouth, I rose to my feet and stretched, but then I became aware of my empty stomach. With the utter realization that my body was hungry, I slid my gaze over to the table and floor. What I sought wasn't food but booze. Hey! Don't drink on an empty stomach, sir. I seem to remember that leaving a half-empty bottle around here, but I couldn't find it. Taku move it? If so, he probably put it back in the fridge. But to me, getting stuff out of the fridge was too much effort. Same. If you offer me food or alcohol, I take the booze without hesitation. Food never interested me much. Same, but not booze. I just don't care for food very much. Anyway, with nothing to drink, my only option was to take one last drag, then crush my cigarette into the ashtray. Cool. I am seeing why this game is titled Slow Damage. As I exhaled grey smoke, I trudged into the bathroom and stepped into the shower stall. What? Hi! Logos. Ooh! Intros! Ooh. Let's turn up audio a little bit. Is this copyrighted though? Maybe I shouldn't turn it up. Whoa! Mm-hmm. What? What? Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Wow! Ah! Yeeks! He has the posture of an artist, that's for sure. Whee! What? Tokyo, the year 2020. Oh no. Oh no. After Japan went to great lengths to host the Olympic Games, the international sporting event ended in record-breaking failure. Burdened with massive debt, the nation was plunged into economic insecurity. Poverty rate, which had been slowly growing since the late 2010s, showed no signs of abating. Cool! Starting in the early 2020s, the gulf between the rich and the poor widened dramatically. Young people were particularly, especially impoverished. The unemployment rate soared to more than 60% for both men and women. Yeesh! That's some battle royale shit. Even with a full-time job, they knew would be overworked and underpaid, thus the suicide rate shot up. Also increasing exponentially among young people for the first time ever, homelessness and crime rates. Cool. Nation of Japan was visibly heading into decline. This was a major recession on a historic level. A bit too real, if you ask me. The one outlier was Shinkomi. Previously called Tokyo Waterfront City, this was the only part of the country where casinos were legally allowed to operate. As a result, it was re-established as a special economic zone. But the government's infamous casino bill received criticism on all sides. At the start of construction, the hired contractor, the Takasato Gumi, was suspected of rigging bids for the contract. Oh my god, political? There's political storylines? Oh god, oh. After tremendous struggle, they eventually settled on a more realistic proposal. The bill would only legalize small-scale public casinos in specific areas. When the dust settled, all that remained was a steel-framed monument on a vacant lot and a community of prostitutes and vagrants. Cool. But then there came a turning point. A little bird claw. Hello. The leader of the Takasato Gumi, Takasato Ryujiro, I keep moving my mouse over here, I'm sorry, offered to buy the whole thing and take over operations. Everyone assumed it would end in failure, but as it turned out, he received a great deal of funding behind the scenes. In this dark era, people wanted someone to change things, so they clung to the first ray of hope they thought they saw. Plagued with crushing national debt and a dying economy, the government had no other option. Short time later, after an agonizing debate, the Takasato Gumi was given full control of Shinkomi development and operations. None opposed a subsequent amendment to the casino bill, which slashed the public-only requirement. Wow! Cheering! A year later, the city was overflowing with people in pursuit of liberty and money. Lured in by the all-encompassing resort facilities, international tourism increased by 60%! And so Shinkomi became known as Japan's biggest casino resort. Office buildings and recreational attractions sprang up one after another, creating a massive entertainment district. Next came the residential and business districts, and after that, Shinkomi became one bright spot amid the devastating depression. Why is my voice doing that? Could you hear my voice doing that? What the fuck was happening? Meanwhile, it required a certain amount of aggressive force to control a world full of unspoken rules. As Shinkomi brought Japan's economy back to the life, the Takasato Gumi began to expand their control. Stop moving my mouse over there. Eventually, when tacit threats stopped working, the government designated Shinkomi as a special administrative region. Can I speak, please? Yakuza! After that, the Takasato Gumi essentially had their own little nation that they could govern as they saw fit. Ooh, that sounds like it will end well. But the slapdash prosperity was never destined to last long. Everything began to decline at a slow, leisurely pace. Now, more than a decade later, in the year 20... Wow! Pretty. The generation born during the decline of the early 21st century were henceforth called hapless children. Day in and day out, they traveled to the business district either to forget their chronic depression or earn enough money to eat that day. Wow. Yeah. The casino industry was still thriving, but the bubble had burst, and Shinkomi started to decay. Criminal activity became more common. That was the end of a sentence. Nevertheless, with one shred of hope in their hearts, they lingered in this lawless town. Here, a second. Okay, cool. Okay, got it. Pretty. What? Also, Mary, you have to remember to tell me when we're at a good stopping point. Make sure you do that so I don't accidentally, like, break up the stream into weird segments. This isn't enough. Not anymore. Is that what it said? I forgot to read it. Not anymore. Little sketch. Little flower. Will do. Thank you. Chapter 1. Frasier. I'm assuming that's a French word, but I'm scared to say it. Shower. You also have to tell me if there are any, like, specific, like, trigger warnings that I should be, like, that I should shout out. Or anything too horny that I should be prepared for. Just update me if there's anything that needs to be updated about. On a quiet corner of a residential block. Oh, wow. There's no not so work in the commentary. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just in case there's anything. I don't know. I'll let you know about triggers. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Murase Clinic stood concealed among the rows of prefab houses. This tiny clinic first opened 7 years ago, privately owned and operated by Murase Takuma himself. Specializing in internal medicine, dermatology, and gastroenterology, Dr. Murase had an upstanding reputation that attracted patients not just from the local neighborhood, but workers from the business district too. Clinic opened its doors somewhat late at 10 a.m. From 1:30 p.m. to 4 p.m., Taku would take a long lunch. Then, after he got back, he'd stay open till 1 a.m. His unusual hours were dearly appreciated by night workers who couldn't find time to go to the doctor otherwise. I had a part-time job here at this clinic. In exchange for low wages, Taku let me sleep in the apartment upstairs on the top floor of the clinic. Neat! Below that, the second floor was home to the secondary medical ward full of hospital cots. Primary medical ward was down on the first floor next to the exam room. As for Taku himself, he didn't live here at the clinic. I never asked for this job or this rented room. It was all his idea. He wanted me to build character or something. That was why he never fired me, no matter how badly I overslept. Conversely, you could say he didn't put any stock in me whatsoever. I didn't fight it, since it would only create more of a hassle, but I wasn't interested in improving my life. If he got sick of me and threw me out on the street, then so be it. I felt no fear towards the future. Wow, this is an accurate representation of depression. Not because I couldn't picture it, but because I had no real sense of urgency. I knew it would all work out regardless. Or maybe I just didn't have anything left to lose. Yawn. As soon as I walked out of the bathroom, a yawn escaped my lips. I hadn't bothered to dry my hair. Sleepily I scanned the room with one blurry eye. On a whim, my gaze settled on the pocket watch hanging on the easel in the corner of the room. I couldn't remember when or where I got it, but Ray put it on the easel after he found it lying around somewhere in my room. That was a few years back. The watch itself was stopped, but I didn't feel like winding it, so it was basically just there for decoration. It's cute! Instead of the non-functioning pocket watch, I looked up at the wall clock. It was just past 11:15 a.m. If I didn't hurry down to the first floor, Taku was going to come raging up here any minute now. I got dressed and left the apartment without bothering to lock it behind me. Then I walked to the elevator and pressed the down button. There was nothing in the apartment worth stealing anyway. What kind of depressed person doesn't have an extremely valuable collection of anime figures, honestly? This is inaccurate. I rode the elevator down the first floor, then headed to the waiting room. I love all the shadow people. Makes me feel really comfortable. Sitting at the reception desk where I worked was an uptight guy by the name of Arimura Tsukasa. Hello? When he spotted me, he scowled, rose to his feet, and left the desk. The look on his face screamed, "You're late!" Technically, I was supposed to be covering the reception desk, but Arimura must have come in to cover for me. There's a character obsessed with magical girls lady. Yes! Is that character me? Am I in this game? This happened on occasion. That occasion happened a lot. An aura of faded blue swayed around Arimura. I call this colorful aura smoke. Apparently, only I could see it. Spish, spish, spish. Each person had their own uniquely colored smoke, which shifted depending on their mental state. It was like synesthesia. With synesthesia, some people have colors associated with people. Most obvious change happened when someone was angry. The color would get muddy. I couldn't see my own smoke, however. No clue when I first started seeing it. When I could remember, I used to think everyone could see it. Once I found out that wasn't the case, I stopped telling people about it. Was it some kind of superpower? Probably not. More than likely, it was proof that something was wrong with me, like a hallucination. Can I stop moving my mouse over there? And it sounds like synesthesia if you ask me. Hence, I generally didn't give it much thought. Hi. I called out to Arimura in spite of his resting bitch face. He was the most reliable nurse Murase Clinic had. Whenever his shift ended, he would go downtown to go drink in a gay bar. Man, after playing Dramatical Mode yesterday and just like everyone just seemingly forgetting that gay people exist every 3 seconds. Just having like references to like gay culture or just being gay this early in the game, I'm just like, wow! Thank God. Some people that know gay people. There's some gay people who knows what gay people are like. Finally. Apparently I wasn't his type. Welcome to the gay clinic where everyone's gay.
それは今更なのでもういいです。それより自分宛ての荷物はちゃんと持って行ってください。いつも置きっぱなしじゃないですか。
There are actually clinics like that. There are like very queer clinics aimed specifically at queer people. And like all the doctors and nurses there are gay and they're great. If you're queer, even if you're not dealing with queer related medical issues, go to a queer clinic if you can, because they're great. I got asked for my pronouns on the sign-in form. It was great. All mail delivered to the clinic was taken to the staff room. Arimoto was in charge of sorting it. Sometimes I would buy art supplies or books online, but other than that, I never got any packages. So if I received anything else in the mail, I just assumed it was junk and didn't bother collecting it. Well, I guess if this is the feature, you probably don't get bills in the mail, so I guess that's not really a concern. We should probably check your mail. His eyes narrowed even further, but I ignored him and stepped into the staff room. The reception desk and staff room were divided by a single curtain. I pushed past it and arrived at the reception desk interior. Arimoto gave me a dirty look and walked off down the hall. See ya! Nice. From here on, I would spend the next few hours bored out of my skull. The clinic was quiet, peaceful, and utterly devoid of stimulus. I called the next patient up to pay their bill, then I set their medical exam card, insurance card, IMI's bill, and prescription up on the counter. Robotically, I processed the payment, then biting back another yawn, I called for the next patient to proceed to the exam room. So damage. Toa's atelier. Till 1 a.m. Today my shift ended the afternoon, so I headed back to my apartment. Wait. The shift ended the afternoon, why'd that time say 2 a.m.? Is it now past? Whatever. I'll figure it out in a second. I lounged lazily on the sofa for a while, then after the clinic closed, I headed back downstairs. Okay, after the clinic closed. Okay, so it's now 2 a.m. Okay. No real reason, I was just bored of my apartment. Hello. I like your pink rim lighting. As I sat slumped on a bench in the empty waiting room, Taku walked out from the hallway, his orange smoke hanging over him. Stretching his arms up, he turned his head from side to side, cracking his neck so loudly I half wondered if he broke something. Damn, I can do that. Oh shit. Nice. I didn't mean a word of it though, he snorted at me. Yeah. He pulled something out of his coat pocket and tossed it at me. I caught it and looked down. It was a can of coffee. Like the Neon Genesis Evangelion coffee? Sorry, whenever I think of canned coffee, I just think of the Evangelion coffee. That's the only kind of canned coffee I care about. I've never drank canned coffee. My only association with it is the Evangelion promotional images. Because they're really funny to me. Specifically the one of Rei. The one of Rei holding the can of coffee really close to her chest. And she's like glaring at you. Like she's mad. She's very protective of her canned coffee. That image kills me every time I see it. Hey! That being said, he was still treating me to a free drink as a token of his appreciation. Damn, this guy is taking care of me to a new level, dude. And I can keep moving my mouse over here. Taku brought canned coffee in bulk and kept the staff room fridge stocked at all times for this exact reason. Sometimes when he was feeling up to it, he'd make fresh coffee instead, but for the most part, he took the faster, easier option.
備品の発注と掃除終わりました。
Owarimashita? Right as I cracked open the can, the exam room door opened and a bubbly voice rang out. You! I think you're the cutest from all the images I've seen. It was Izumi Ray, yeah! I think you're cute. And I was just talking about Ray. With the canned coffee. This... Yeah, design-wise, this guy's my favorite. I think he's the cutest. His main job was at a bar called Roost, but since they didn't open until 5 p.m., he would often pick up shifts at the clinic to fill the time. Evidently, he wasn't working at Roost tonight since he was still here this late. Our own clinic employed 2 nurses, 4 part-timers, and 1 doctor.
ありがとな。
Smiling, Taku looked over at Ray and raised a hand in acknowledgement.
全然いいのよ。気にしないで。
お疲れ。
Kinishinaide. But as soon as Ray laid his eyes on me, he stormed right over to me. Oh no.
ちょっと。あんた今日も寝坊したでしょ。有村君に仕事を押し付けて。
I did nothing of the sort. Raises Atashi. Yes, my favorite.
少しだけだろ。
開き直らないの。寝坊は寝坊よ。
He put his hands on his hips and scolded me like he was my mom. Sorry. Sorry, can I even find a picture of why I'm laughing right now? Hang on, let me find it. I'm trying to find the... Where is... How do I even find... How do I even find... Oh my god. There it is, there it is. There it is. I have it, I have it, I have it, I have it. Okay, okay, one sec. One sec. Okay. We're getting there. Now what the heck is going on around here? For some reason, this pose is immediately what I thought of. Now what the heck is going on around here? You know what? I put so much effort into getting that image. But I'm not going to explain. I'm not going to explain the reference or where it's from. If you know, you know, and if you don't, then fuck off. No, I'm sorry. Don't fuck off. Please stay. But what the heck is going on around here? The smoke was bright yellow, and since it wasn't swaying, I could tell he wasn't really that angry. Born to a Japanese father and an English mother, he had a well-sculpted face. Because of this, he was wildly popular with our patients, particularly women.
もうあんまり迷惑かけないようにしてよね。有村君、とっても真面目に働いてくれてるんだから。
The way he speaks is even, what the heck is going on here? It's like, I think it was the combination of like the lilt in his voice and the hands on the hips. Yeah, this is a what the heck is going on around here. No, just what the heck is going on around here? That's what this guy is. That's who Ray is to me now. I'm sorry. I've reduced this character to a nothing. I'm sorry. Taku leaned back against the reception counter and cracked open his can with a smirk. Hey, Believe it or not, he was pretty well liked too. I mean, yeah, he's clearly the kindest man alive. Hiding beneath that stubble and post-work fatigue was a manly, ruffian face. Hyun? Hyun? Plus, the patients all praised his warm bedside manner. To them, his messy hair and stubble was rugged rather than lazy. Weird how this somehow never applied to me.
で、そういや有村君は帰ったか？
とっくの昔に。
そうか。今日はいつもより長く入ってくれて助かったよ、レイ。
どういたしまして。お礼はスイーツでもいいのよ。
ファミレスのパフェでいいか？
Oh, buffet.
Okay.
Okie doke. Oh, that's what I say. I say okie doke probably a bit too much, specifically in text messages. If you've ever texted me even one time, I have said okie doke to you in response. I'm sorry. As I watched their conversation from the sidelines, my gaze drifted to Taku.
疲れてるな。
ん？
I mean, yeah, he's a doctor.
疲れてる。顔が。
おう。
Grimacing, he touched his cheek and sighed. Granted, he always looked tired, but lately it was more noticeable than ever.
何？疲れてるの？
Yeah, well, everyone's got the pink lighting.
それもあるが、気づかれだ。
気づかれ？
Kizukare. Is that the same word as scar? Is it? Am I mixing up words? He let out an even bigger sigh.
うちの患者さん、夜の仕事についてる人も多いだろう。
Sorry, I've been studying Japanese a bit more lately, and now I'm in the weeds, listening to the Japanese voices.
そうね。昼間はお年寄りや子連れの人もいるけど、深夜になると男女関係なく夜の仕事の人が増えるわね。
ま、その中には事情があって働いてるって人も結構
Oh
いるな。
no.
診察中に悩みを相談されることもあるわけだ。
悩みって、ああ、メンタル面でってことか。
Oh no, people are trauma dumping on him, and he's struggling.
そうだ。家庭の事情だったり。
Yep, people trauma dumping on him.
重い話だったりな。心の方は専門外だから治療できんが、相談があった時はできる限り話を聞くようにはしてる。無下にするわけにもいかないし、それで患者さんの心が少しでも軽くなるならいいだろう。
Hey, but that's a big mental load to take on yourself. You should take care of yourself first, honey.
そうね。
で、悩み相談ってのは前からちょくちょくあったんだが、どうも最近そういう患者さんが多くてな。
多い？増えたってこと？
うん。少し前までは1週間に1人2人くらいだったんだ。
Everyone's fucking sad and depressed.
それに、
He seemed to remember something. He stopped short and looked away.
切羽詰まった患者さんが増えた気
お
が
いし
した。話をしているうちに泣き出したり、いきなり声を荒げたりとかな。
たまに診察室から怒鳴り声が聞こえてくるけど、あれってそういうことだったんだ。
できることならメンタルケアもしてやりたいとは思うんだが、そうもいかないからな。ただ、感情が高ぶってる状態の患者をないがしろにするわけにもいかんだろう。
そうね。最近診察時間がやけに長い患者さんがいるなぁとは思ってたけど、
どう対応したらいいものかってずっと考えてるんだが。
Rubbing the back of his hand, Taku let out his third sigh of the night. But really, was it any wonder that more and more of his patients were starting to have mental health problems? Over the past decade, Japan's younger generation has been plunged into extreme poverty. A few years ago, you'd see people on TV yelling about the 20 to 30 age demographic's inability to save money aside a stable group. Don't they know if they just stopped buying avocados, they would be able to buy houses? Don't they know this? These fucking idiots. It's so easy to buy a house. Come on, man. These days you saw women curled up in their underwear on the sidewalk while men started fights and mugged strangers. Young teenagers were dressed in slutty clothes to like the corners. Yikes! Compared to 10 years ago, there are a lot more murder cases and many of them were either unsolved or dropped. Cops were useless too, as always. They couldn't keep up with the growing number of criminals. But of course, here under Takasato Gumi's thumb, the Shinkomi police force was basically just there for decoration. Oh my god, a police force being being manipulated by corporate leadership? No way! The gig economy had become commonplace, so jobs were scarce, the cost of living was high, and wages were at an all-time low. These things all helped drive people to rock bottom, where they had no choice but to keep living. The nation of Japan was seeing povertization on a level that, a few decades ago, was never seen out of sight of dystopian fiction. Basically, we're in Battle Royale land, right? This is Battle Royale land. Shinkomi had disproportionately large number of hospitals, possibly in correlation to the crime levels. Naturally, there were plenty of unlicensed or back alley doctors to be found here. I keep acting like things aren't the end of sentences. These days, hospitals probably had to serve as battered women's shelters on top of everything else. Like Taku said, doctors had a sworn duty to help people, and people here needed help not just with their bodies, but with their minds too. I guess that's one way to phrase it. Taku and Reaper just look at me. Now what the heck is going on here? Toa, calm down. I downed my coffee, set the empty can on the floor, and raised my feet. Put that in a bin, honey. Just kidding. I'm a hypocrite. I've struggled touching bins because of mental illness. So I don't like touching bins. And it means that there's a lot of trash around me, and I struggle. But I ignored Ray's frustrated retort, walked into the front door, and left the building. Exhaling white fog into the cold air, I reached into the back pocket of my pants and pulled out my cigarettes. I'd forgotten to grab a coat, but I was too lazy to go back and get one, so I figured I'd be fine. Is there a bird outside again? God fucking damn it. They love my window. God damn it. As I walked down the dirty sidewalk, I put a cigarette between my lips and lit it. What? Triangle? You didn't call me. The nights were long. If anything, it had only just begun. And the internet's dropping again. Thank you, Rebecca. I might have to start dropping my stream quality. Meh. That's gonna be sad. Low quality streams, but hopefully the internet won't drop as much. I'll figure that out next stream. Like usual, I stumbled around town on a whim, looking for a one-night stand. Hey, Toa! Not because I was especially lonely or sought another human's warmth or anything like that. I felt no love, no passion, no desire. All my emotions had rushed over. Honey! Sex was just the only way I could feel anything at all. Oh, honey. Well, not the only way. The other way was through violence, fistfights. But what I wanted was an all-out brawl, enough to kill me. Hey, Toa! And I knew there were very few people in this world capable of that. Oh, he's a tough guy, huh? Most people I fought had held back, even just subconsciously, afraid to hurt me beyond a certain threshold. Thus, there was no point in looking for someone special. Damn. Generally speaking, I felt very little in the way of standard human emotions. No idea when it started, but I probably wasn't born like this. That sounds like chronic depression, my guy. Sometimes I got irritated when people nagged me too much, but for the most part, I held it in. Other people seemed to see me as an unfeeling monster. But in the rare moments that I was overcome with powerful impulses, when I was oof or beaten, that's when I felt truly felt joy. Cool! And while many were too just scared to enact violence directly, there were plenty in this town that loved to hurt people on the inside. So yeah, I had a lot of hookups. If you asked me if I like sex, I would say yes. But I wasn't interested in learning anything about the person attached to the dick, nor did I feel like telling them about me. So gay confirmed. Okay. I just wanted to use them like a fuck toy that'd throw me away. You know, That's the compromise I was willing to make. You know, this is very sad. This is very sad, and I'm using humor to distance myself from it, you know? If I am laughing at it, then I cannot be hurt by it. Because, oh, that's so sad. Slow damage. Towards Atelier, 12:14 p.m. Saturday, November 9th. That was 7 days ago. Next day, I didn't work at the clinic, so I slept in until noon. Whoosh. I woke lying on my back on the sofa. I sat up, lit a cigarette, and took a drag. Is the smoke thing... Is his smoke meant... Because he said he can't see his own smoke, so is the cigarettes like the... Is that like representing his own smoke or something? Is that the symbolism of it? Perhaps? I don't know. I woke lying on my back on the sofa. I sat up, lit a cigarette, took a drag. I can't remember if I said that already. In the end, I never did find a hookup last night. Instead, I picked a random bar, had some drinks, and went home. I never thought of it that way, but sounds right. Cool. I have art brain, unfortunately. So I pick apart the visuals of literally everything I see. Even in real life. Even when there is an actual because real life doesn't have like symbolism or meaning behind things. But I still see everything in that way because I ruined my brain. I ruined my brain with art. And now I'm stuck like this forever. All in all, it's pretty time night. Considering the previous night where I drank until I blacked out, that's not good for you. Because of that, I felt lackluster. It feels useless saying that's bad for you. We all know that this isn't. We all know that we aren't looking at a great influence here. I don't need to tell you that that's not good for you. But I'm still gonna say it. I'm gonna tell off Toa. I'm gonna be... As the player, I'm going to bonk Toa on the head. Gonna kick him in the butt. Say, stop it! Stop it! I took my time enjoying my cigarette, gazing at the TV that had been left on all night. Didn't Taka literally tell you yesterday to stop doing that? Middle of the night. The midnight channel's gonna turn on. You're gonna get sucked into the TV. I will never stop referencing Persona, apparently. Today's the Persona reference stream. Takasato Gumi leader Takasato Ryujiro 81. Dead of heart failure. Whoop! You wish! My eye was locked on the white text. Leader Takasato Gumi was dead. But then the surprise faded. For the record, I had been informed that my man was my biological father. Oh, twist? That's not what I had expected to be the reason he was surprised by that. Okay. My mother was his mistress. In other words, I was his illegitimate son. That said, I had next to no memory of being around him. Frankly, I could only vaguely remember what he looked like. So I didn't have much of an emotional response to the news of his passing. Just sort of, oh, he died. I looked away from the TV and leaned back against the sofa. Just then, I heard a muffled buzzing noise and realized the cell phone was on the far edge of the sofa. Then I realized the cell phone on the far edge of the sofa was ringing. Can I read, please? Sakaki. I picked it up and looked at the screen. Sakaki was calling. Oh, we at 7G now. Is that why everyone in this clinic is gay? Because we're at 7G now? Could also see a series of notices that indicated he'd been calling for a while. He probably wanted to talk about my father, and if so, I wasn't interested. I dropped the phone back onto the sofa without answering it, cigarette dangling from my lips. I stared up at the ceiling. I had no real plans for today. Maybe I'd wander around downtown. With that thought, I took a long, deep drag. Exhaling smoke, I crushed my cigarette in the ashtray. Then I rose to my feet and pulled on my coat. Well, yeah. Now then, where to? Oh! Pardon the interruption. Yes, this is totally the Danganronpa tutorial guy. Hang on a second. Okay. We'll now briefly explain the exploration segments. Please bear with us for just a few moments. When an objective pops up on screen, you know it's time for exploration. This time the objective is go somewhere. During exploration, you're free to prowl around the city of Shinkomi. Those were 2 words I shouldn't have combined on accident. You can go to places, talk to people, and learn about the city. When you arrive at the correct destination, exploration will conclude and the story will progress. My cheery narration is not suiting this game, but that's just how I narrate things, and I'm very sorry about it. You can progress the story immediately if you so desire, or you can explore the city first before you can continue. You're free to play however you see fit. To check your objective, move the cursor to the right-hand edge of the screen. In this case, the objective is go somewhere, so let's move this party somewhere else. Oh, should I go somewhere? Oh. Oh. What is croquis? Oh. Just little notes, little sketches of my friends, my good friends. Full name, Murase Takuma, works as a doctor in Shinkomi. Known him a long time, caring and kind, smoke color orange. Okay. Full name Izumide. Helps out at the clinic pretty often, mainly works at Roost, loves sweets and death matches, always fussing over me. Smoke color bright yellow. Arimura, clinic nurse. Hates me. Smoke color double. Wow. What palette? Palette? I don't have anything on the palette yet. Talk. There's no one to talk to here, is there? This is my studio. I can just observe the room. Yep. Move. Oh. Towards Atelier, third floor of Murase Clinic, aka the place where I sleep. It's as messy as a storage closet because it practically is one. Oh, it's down here. Murase Clinic. Clinic taco runs attracts a wide variety of local patients, young and old, plus night shift workers. Residential area, vast swath of high-rise condo buildings, encircling District E. The majority of Shinkomi residents live in one of these pencil towers. And shopping street. Main street, Doraku shopping street. Yeah. The main street occupying the center of the District E. Here you'll find convenience stores, drugstores, diners, and places to buy various other sundries. I love convenience in Japan. Do I get to explore more, or do I have to pick one place to go? I don't know. Oh, Yanagawa Cafe. What's that? I'm not allowed to go there. I'm not allowed to go to Yanagawa Cafe, but it is on the map though. Let's go to shopping street. Go shopping. Maybe find some cool art supplies, you know? That's what I do whenever I go out. Wow. Oh, I have to leave Murase Clinic first. This is Murase Clinic. Taku started it up 7 years ago. For a small privately run facility, it has a good reputation that draws in patients not only from the neighborhood, but the downtown area as well. Doors open a bit later than most at 10 AM, but exchange days, that's what, I already read that, right? So in that sense, a standalone building like Murase Clinic is apparently rather unusual. What? Just then, I sensed someone gaze and looked over. I thought I saw someone slip into the shadow of a building. Aw. It's my mind playing tricks on me. Oh! Hello! Green man. Shady green-haired man. Sir? If you encounter someone during explanation, try talking to them. Talking to them will give you inspiration. Let's try it out. Hello, sir.
Oh.
It's you, your tour, right? Oh! I'm in an interrogation. Okay, when you select talk, the hourglass and jagged line will appear. This is a simplified version of interrogation wherein you'll respond with negative and positive answers. Yep. Right-handed screen. It says Euphoria up. Unlike real interrogation segments, exploration chats show the results of negative and positive answers in advance. Oh. Euphoria up means it will raise the euphoria gauge. Yep. Lower it down. Lower it. What should I do? Just respond to credit. You'll gain new inspiration. Some targets don't care which way you respond. Getting inspiration is never guaranteed, so feel free to explore every inch of the city. Let's try it out. I think I'm just gonna play however... I wanna. Yeah, I'm just gonna play however I want. Play along. What should I do? Wait and see. Play along. Euphoria down, euphoria up. I'll play along. Positive. So what if I am? You're Toa, right? And the reason I know is because he knows, right? He who? I'm going to support. Okay, I need to do a voice. Hang on, this is a Sonic man because he's got the spiky hair. I'm gonna spare him here. My name is Inada. There's no inspiration to be gained this time around. Some exploration segments offer it, while others don't. You'll be able to tell the difference based on the objective. Red text means it's a special segment when no inspiration is available. But blue text means inspiration is out there just waiting to be found. You'll see blue text most often, red text is less common. But because this is a tutorial, this counts as special exploration. This concludes the exploration tutorial. Now you can go back to enjoying slow damage. Thank you. Hello? Can I continue talking to this man? To another? No. I'm done talking to another. Take me to shopping. Oh. Endless summer. We got Admart. We got daddies! Well, we got many cute places. Hotel Grand Cross. Hair Salon Plus A. Wow. Yakamoto Hitoshi? I want to know what kind of place Daddy's is. I like the logo. It's very fun. This is the main street at the center of District E with all the shadow people. For the most part, there's no Hakama guy here though, it's sad. For the most part, the residents of District E pass through here to do their shopping. With all the diners, convenience stores, discount stores, and drugstores packed in like sardines, it's easy to find what you need. Streets are busy, they're not as packed as District D. Everywhere you look, there's people working or people getting wasted. Cool! Traffic light changed and the crowd started walking. But just then, I spotted a familiar face out of the corner of my eye. It was Ray. Yes! I accidentally found Ray. I don't know how I did that. I intuited it. There he is. He's got a cute jacket. I like your jacket. Oh, he's not. I gotta go. What are you doing here?
Yo.
Now, what are you doing here? Just wondering, you. On my way back from Dajima's. She gave me a bunch of stuff, so I thought I'd share some with Taku. Again? It was a thank you gift for helping her. Oh, I want to talk.
Ne.
Oh, that reminds me. After croquet in the... Is it croquette or croquet? I don't know. I don't actually know. Because I've only ever seen this word used in anime. I've never actually heard anyone say it out loud. I've only heard Japanese people say it when speaking Japanese. So I don't actually know what the English pronunciation of it is. So I left a croquette in the fridge for you. Did you eat it? Oh. Did I eat it? Did I eat it? I ate a little. I haven't eaten it. I ate a little.
Positive.
Eh?
For real? Just a bite.
Yatta.
Still, it's a big step for you. Thank you. I added condensed milk when I was making them. It's supposed to improve the consistency. He made them himself. Condensed milk in croquette. It sounds crazy, but it works. You tasted it yourself, right? Well, yeah. Next time, I think I might try rice croquette.
戻らなくちゃ。
I'm just gonna not say the end of that word. Alright. Cool. Am I done speaking to you now? I got some pickled veggies for... I like Ray. Is that all he's gonna say? What's up?
いや
Nothing. Can I just talk forever? Will he get annoyed if I keep talking to him?
ね
Stay away from the rest side of the town, okay?
あ
I know. You better. Okay. Residential? Encho? What? Very quiet footstep noises. The aesthetic of like kind of like grungy Japanese suburban areas and the suburban areas in like big Japanese cities, I love the aesthetic of them. Like, it feels like they shouldn't be aesthetically pleasing, but they are for some reason. You know? Like, if you look at the individual parts, it's like not that pretty. But like when you just look at like the street as a whole, there's just something very like satisfying about like the layouts and the way like the buildings kind of like jut out from each other. And it looks kind of patchwork together too. It looks cool. It's like, because some cities have aesthetics like this and some don't. Japan has like this aesthetic. It's cool. I think it's neat. This is a District E's residential area. I got footpaths. I remember when I went to Japan, footpaths in areas like this were a rarity. But I guess this is like a decade or two in the future or something. So they finally got footpaths. If you live in Shinkomi, the chances are high your apartment is in District E. District E is full of skyscrapers, all of them high-rise condo buildings. It's an attempt to make the most living space out of a critically limited land area. Yeah, places with limited land always end up with like these like kind of like patchworky buildings. Yeah, I think that's what it's like. Because if you look at the architecture at places in like Australia and America, the architecture is so boring and weird. Because it's like everything's so spaced far apart, everything's so wide, and you don't get a patchworky feeling because everything feels so just like this is here and then over here is this. It doesn't feel cohesive. But in like limited space areas where everything's supposed to be like tight together, everything feels like one whole, a patchwork quilt, rather than separate cushions on a couch. You know? What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, whatever. Let's move on. The downdraft from all skyscrapers creates strong winds in the area. Not to mention, the majority of these buildings aren't up to code, so if we get hit with a major earthquake, they'll probably collapse. But the residents of District E chose to live here anyway. Someone concerned with safety wouldn't dare live in Shinkomi in the first place. Anyone around? Nope. And so, head back to the clinic. Anyone around here? Murase Clinic, a familiar sight? No? Oh. It's highlighted green. I have no business here. This is highlighted green, this is blue. I think all of them are kind of, except the Atelier. Why is that highlighted green? Does that mean there's something there? I guess I'll wander around. Am I meant to do something? Nothing around here. Where's the clinic? Go back home? What? I returned to my apartment. When I left, the TV was on, but now the familiar static drone was gone. Said I could hear a faint rustling sound. Oh. Hello. Oh, hey, you're back. Welcome home. I was just tidying it up in here. If I put it off for too long, the whole place turns into a big sigh. Yep. Hello.
No.
Seeing as you're here, why don't you help me out a bit? Doesn't look like he's expecting much. Too much hassle. Sure, why not? I feel like I'm not being very in character as Toa, but I said I'm gonna be, as the player, I'm going to use my godly powers to manipulate him into overcoming his depression. So we're gonna help out.
わかった
Cause boy, do I know that this guy would not agree, because I know what depression is like. So I would not agree. But you know what? I'm in control now. This is a video game and I can do what I want, and I can overcome depression with a click of a button. It's not often you actually do as you're told. I know. Sometimes I feel like it. Right then, thanks in advance. Of course. I'm here to help.
よし
There, now it's a bit cleaner. Here's a reward for helping. I keep forgetting to do voices, but my throat is not doing voices today. I've got a stuffed up nose. I'm struggling. Pulled a pack of green gum from his pocket. Mint flavor, apparently. Got it from a patient, but since you still smoke, you probably need it more than I do, yeah? Wow.
別に
I prefer the taste of tobacco. Hey. Aw, don't be like that. Just take it. Pressed it into my hand, and I reluctantly accepted it. Of course, I gave it about a week before you turn this place into a mess again. If you can make it every 2 weeks instead, I appreciate
それ
it.
じゃあな
Anyway, I'm out of here. Alright. Wait, but can I talk to you more?
うん
Hmm? Something on your mind? No.
それで
Are we done here? Not yet. Then you want to make it quick.
うん
What am I doing? Off to the snack shop? Oh. Tell me what to do. I gotta get snack. Snack? Oh, I've now got new thing. Okay, so this now green. This now green. What is it? Oh, does that mean there wasn't anything there? Because there wasn't anything in these two areas. But there was something here and was something here, so the green is like nothing there. Is that right? I don't know yet. But Tajima's. Let's get snack. Get snack? Delicious snack. Tabako? Tajima. Oh my god, I read the kanji. Green is when you've exhausted everything there. I see. Ah, damn it, so I couldn't. There was something else with. Oh well. Also, I know it's literally just Tajima, but I just read those kanji and I'm so proud of myself. I know, I'm a kanji genius. Literally the easiest kanji imaginable, but shut up. On one corner of the residential neighborhood sat a little old shop forgotten by time, and I'll move my mouse over to the right because I can't stop. It was a snack store called Tajima's, run for many years by a little old octogenarian lady. In most cases, the expanded casino industry forced evictions on older homes and stores, but Tajima's fought eviction every step of the way, and now it was the last of its kind in the area. Fortunately, Tajima's was popular with middle-aged folks looking for a nostalgic taste of their youth. Plus, it attracted younger people curious about traditional snacks. Ooh, traditional snacks. God, I want to go back to Japan and go to places like this and eat snacks. Ugh! I want to so bad. I wasn't a big fan of junk food or anything, but for some reason the shop felt like home. I walked up, stood at the door, and peered inside. The chromed interior was packed to the gill. There's a graffiti on that wall that just says neck. Whose neck? Whose tag is neck? Chromed interior was packed to the gills with sweets. Stop moving your mouse over to the right now. gills with sweets and snacks of every kind. Hidden among them was a white-haired, stony-faced woman standing as still as a statue. Oh, I like you. You're a ba-chan. She sounded irritable. Reluctantly, I stepped inside. Look at the super body. But though she may have looked angry, she was always like that, and she is 3 feet tall. Hanging on the wall above the clutter was a painting with a layer of black over it. I kept wondering about it every time I came by. It was the one thing that didn't feel homey like the rest of the store. Maybe the owner just liked spooky stuff. God, if I was there, then yes, I want some. Just looking, oh my god. This is... there aren't places in Australia where I can get snacks like this, and I want them so bad now. No! This image is torturing me. I want them. Her smoke was a deep dark brown. Not once had I ever seen it waver. She doesn't give a fuck. I grabbed some stuff at random and brought it to the counter. Damn. Nitro old ladies really don't give a shit. She muttered to herself as she pecked away on her antique cash register. This old woman was one of the few who had lived here since before Shinkomi became a casino resort, and she knew what it used to be like. She would always blather on and on, regardless of whether anyone was listening, but some people found value in her stories of the old days. I like your glasses. This bitch just called me a man whore. Told her to say yeah. I nodded absently. Truth be told, I liked her. I like her too. I felt like she was the only person still living the old times while the whole world changed around her. She tells it like it is, man. She looked at you and she said, "You're a whore." And Toa went, "Yup." Because of that, she was an outsider here. Yikes. Oh my god, do you know why? Oh my god. I just realized that the reason that... I'm sorry I keep talking about Dramatical Murder. I just played it yesterday. I've been thinking about it. And this is also Nitro Trials. Like, you can see why I'm thinking about it. But this... the reason I'm like... I immediately feel protective and love for Toa, which is like very characteristic of me. Because... I love the bottoms. But I just realized why I have an immediate affinity for him, and it's literally like... this is literally just what playing Dramatical Murder would be like if you played as Noise before he met Alpha. Which is sad, but also... this is... that's why. Because he reminds me. I'm sorry that I have a type, and it's shitty bitch man whores. You go, Ba-chan. Thanks. I'm glad inflation hasn't hit. I pulled 1,000 yen bill out of my pants and pocketed it out of my pants pocket and handed it to her. Yikes. She took the money without complaint. She handed me my items without a bag, and for the first time I stopped to look at what I bought. Yeah, Then I stuffed it all into my coat pockets and headed for the door. Well, I wanted to know what you bought, so I could be envious of you. As I stepped outside, however, I realized the old lady had followed me out. By the way, it's hydration time. Okie doke. She muttered under her breath with a scowl. I waved, then turned and set off down the street. Nice. I liked her. She knows what she's about. We're at 2:30 a.m. Doraku Shopping Street, late at night. Takure and I paid a visit to the local diner. Ugh. Taku had promised to buy Ray a parfait, and tonight was the time for him to pony up. Oh, the parfait. Do we get to see them share a parfait like teenage girls? And it'll be really cute. That said, the three of us usually ended up at this diner anyway, since it was still open when the clinic closed. I was downtown at the time, so they invited me over the phone. Yes! When we sat down at our table, Taku ordered the Salisbury steak special, and Ray got the steak fried rice, and I moved my mouse over there again, and a parfait, and I got a coffee. While they ate their food, I slowly sipped my drink. This was pretty commonplace for me. And yet every time it happened, like clockwork, Ray would tell me how it's not healthy and it's going to kill you one of these days. Sure enough, I could hear him grumbling about something, but the moment they put his parfait down on the table, his whole face lit up. Show me the parfait. Yes! I know this is like a grungy dystopia of sad future for Japan, but a lot of these scenes are just making me want to go to Japan. Because specifically the snacks and the snack shop and the parfait. I want a parfait like that. I had 2 parfaits when I was in Japan. They were both really good. You get the really cheap, shitty ones, and those are great. You get a slightly more expensive one, and those are fucking amazing. And it's just like, I want a parfait. Try working on it through 2 years of travel restrictions. Oh no! It's hell! He squeezed his eyes shut and squealed in delight. It looks like it's got the cereal bits in it. Oh, that's the best part. And those strawberries look so ripe. Taku sipped his first diner coffee with a wry grin. He wasn't a big fan of sugary stuff, so he couldn't really relate. Ray stirred his parfait with a spoon, a dreamy smile on his face. Same! This only lasted until I put syrup between my lips and started to light it. Hey!
うんじゃないわよ。
喫煙席だろ、ここ。
マナーってものがあるでしょ。タクだってもうやめたんだし、あんたもいい加減やめなさいよね。
吸ってた俺が言うのもなんだが、タバコは100害あって一理なしだぞ。
You tell him, Taku. I ignored their complaints, lit my cigarette, and took a drag. Instantly, Ray's smirk went from yellow to red, mingling with the cigarette smirk. Yeah, it's totally a rough. It's totally. It's totally supposed to be Toa's color smirk because look, they're the same animation. Ray's is the same swirly thing, and it goes up like that. It's the same animation they use for Toa's smoke that they use for Ray. And the other characters. See? I'm right. It's art. Hang on, I'm gonna adjust the chest a little bit so it cuts off nicer. Okay, there we go. So I've got everything so yep. Ray let an exaggerated sigh. Sulking, he put his elbow on the table and his chin in his hand. Well spotted. Thank you! Hey! I may not be famous, but that's still. Hey. Shut up.
なのかしらね。でも そばにいたらすごい嫌よ。迷惑よ。今身をもって体感してるわ。
You don't have to. You don't have to eat me alive like that. God damn it.
とはに関してはもう諦めろ。昔からこういうやつだ。
It was the harsh truth.
その割には可愛い趣味があるのよね。
The devilish grin crept up on Ray's face. Oh no.
趣味
部屋にずっと置いてあるウサギのぬいぐるみを興味ないとか言うくせに捨てないじゃない？
I feel like I remember seeing the
実は好きなんですよ。
bunny, but I forgot what it looks like. But yes, I do remember seeing the bunny.
いや
Bunny. The bun. Show me the bun. There it is. I did have a bunny plushie in my apartment, but I wasn't particularly attached to it. I was randomly spotted at a store one time and I wanted to buy it, so I did. See? This is... Again. This is noise. If he had never met Alba, he just lives in shit. And he doesn't decorate his apartment. He puts... This is essentially just a fold-out table with a PC on it. But then there's like some canvases that make it look like it's more of a room that's decorated with stuff. This is a bachelor place if I ever seen one. And little bunny. See, I'm right. I'm always right. I hadn't really touched it or thought about it since, and now it's set collecting dust in the corner.
夜はこっそり抱いて寝てたりするんじゃないのか？
Stop moving the fucking mouse over there.
やだ、とあったらそんな可愛いところあるの？
As Taku teased me, Ray joined in. Ignoring the idiocy, I turned away and took a slow drag of my
そういえ
cigarette.
ば今日はデスマッチには行かないのか？
今日はお休み。チームメンバーの都合もあるからね。
Hey, quick question. What's deathmatch?
そうか。
Thank you for answering my question. The deathmatch area was a special section of the town located in District A at the center of Shinkomi. It was once ground zero for a lot of Takasatogumi infighting. As a result, the whole district was torn apart and residents were barred entry. Leave. Naturally, this attracted a lot of seedy types. Eventually, it became known as a place for fistfights, and people started using it as a battlefield to test their strength. Oh, so Ray's just straight up fighting people. This is Battle Royale again. This is the universe of Battle Royale. Anyone who wanted to fight could meet up in District A to take part in what was now referred to as a deathmatch. This is the universe of Battle Royale. Am I wrong? Of course, Takasatogumi had noticed this, but they chose not to interfere. Cool. Here in Shinkomi, plenty of people were frustrated with the tyranny of the Takasatogumi, not to mention the struggles of living in poverty. Yeah. The Takasatogumi let them have their death matches in District A if it meant they could vent their stress. Then one restriction, they would hassle anyone who tried to live there or start a business there. Other than that, the Takasatogumi didn't get involved. Believe it or not, taking part in death matches was something of a hobby for Ray. He always went with his buddies from Roost. Supposedly, they were actually among the top contenders, but death matches weren't my thing, so I didn't know if that was true. Judging from their looks, you wouldn't think they were seasoned fighters, except for the rare occasions they turned up sporting cuts and bruises.
楽しんでやってるなら構わんが、あまり羽目を外すなよ。最近じゃデスマッチも昔より悪質な奴らがうろついてるらしいじゃないか。
まあね。でもそういう奴らもまとめて吹っ飛ばすのが楽しい。
Damn right.
スカッとするわ。
そうか。ま、しばらくは高里組も荒れるだろうから、お前たちも気をつけろよ。上の連中はともかく、チンピラどもがトラブルを起こすかもしれん。
そうなったら拳で鎮圧しちゃうから大丈夫。
Punch him. To prove his point, Ray flashed up his fists. Taku grinned wryly. Riley!
デスマッチだけにしとけよ。
もちろん。パフェおごってもらったし、言うこと聞きます。美味しかった。ありがとう。大満足。
He's a gyaru. Is he a gyaru? This is gyaru behavior. In a blink, Ray had polished off his parfait. He set down his spoon with a satisfied smile.
それじゃ明日もあるし帰るか。
そうね、また明日。どうはちゃんと寝なさいよ。このまま飲みに行ったり、男を引っ掛けに行ったりしちゃダメだからね。
With a non-committal response, I crashed my cigarette in the ashtray. One of his friends is absolutely a gyaru. Gyaru! Taku rose to his feet, grabbed the check, and took it over to the register. Is there a word for, like, gyaru style for men? Gyaru for men. Or is it a different thing? I don't know. I don't know much about. I know gyaru aesthetics, but I don't know much culture.
ごちそうさま。
The Japanese fashion I know about is decora. I know about decora kei. And a bit about lolita. Gyaru is something I observe from a distance. I don't know much about it, but I think it's cool. Gyaru. Yeah. I've heard that before. Gyaru. Right as Ray got up, he suddenly turned back to me. Ray's friend is non-binary.
あら、そういえばあんたもおごりなの？
I'm saying, is Ray a gyaru? I'm saying. It gives me gyaru vibes, you know? Wait a minute, is he paying for yours? He's paying for yours too? Whenever we went out to eat, Taku would always pay for my order, probably because it was only one extra drink. Ray donned a melodramatic frown and glanced at me out of the corner of his eye. What the heck is going on around here?
なんかあんたって周りから妙に甘やかされてるわよね。
さあな。
I shrugged, and together we headed for the exit. Slow damage. 1:03 p.m. towards Atelier the next day. I wasn't scheduled to work at the clinic, so I woke up around noon. Taku came up to my room on his break and invited me out to lunch. Ray wasn't scheduled to work until later in the afternoon, so he wasn't around yet. I got dressed and accompanied Taku out of the building. Yanagawa Cafe. There's a place in the map that I wanted to go. Oh? I have to stop making references to other media. One day I'll be able to enjoy a piece of media without comparing it to everything else I've ever seen in my life, but also I feel like that's just how people enjoy media. Anyway, when I saw him, I immediately thought of Sojiro. Sakura Sojiro. Again from Persona. This is Persona vibes, I'm saying. If you take Noise, then you make him the protagonist, and then you put him in, and then you give him, then you put him in the universe of Persona, and then you give Persona the politics of the Battle Royale universe. This is so far what I'm getting. That's what this game is. It's Noise, but in Persona 5. But then you took the government from Persona 5 and you turned it into the government for Battle Royale. And then you end up with this. And also COVID happened. I don't know, does COVID happen in this? I don't remember. Said Japan struggled after the Olympics. That's all I heard. Managed to sit down 2 mugs of coffee followed by 2 plates of their famous honey toast. Honey toast. Once everything we ordered was on the table, he bowed quietly and headed back into the kitchen. In these parts, Yanagata Cafe was a popular lunch spot. The place first opened over 20 years ago, and the building's retro, outdated style offered its own special charm. It was made during COVID, that's why the interrogation segments don't have spoken dialogue. Ah. It was about a 5-minute walk from Murase Clinic, so I often found myself here. It all started when I was walking by one day and saw the dimly lit interior through the front windows. It caught my interest, so I went in, and the rest is history. Cafe always played jazz music over the speakers, and customers were relaxed. Their prices were relatively high, but seeing as they were still in business, they clearly had enough regular customers to keep them afloat. Wow! Can this game stop? Cafe's biggest selling points: freshly ground coffee and honey toast. Even taco like the toast news are notoriously uninterested in sweets. Wait.
さ、食べるか。いただきます。
Pressed his hands together to say grace and picked up his knife and fork and started cutting up his toast. Did he actually say grace or did he just say itadakimasu? Man religious? I crashed my lit cigarette in the ashtray and took a sip of my coffee.
ここのは本当にうまいよな。
甘いの苦手でもこの店のは平気なんだろう。
なあ、この蜂蜜の自然な甘さとパンの焼き加減がガキの頃によく食べたパンケーキに似ててな。お前こそ普段はほとんど食べないくせにここのハニートーストは食べるよな。
ま、なんとなく。
なんだそりゃ。
Laughing, Tucker slid a fork full of toast into his mouth. In a blink, he had somehow already eaten half the damn thing. Only then did I finally pick up my own knife and fork and start eating. Oh, hello. I like your shirt. You've got a nice shirt.
なんだよ、すっごいって。何がすごいんだよ。
You've got dumb looking hair. As we were busy eating, the conversation from the table next to us carried over, filling the silence.
すごいっつったらすごいんだよ。強いんだって。すごい強かったらしいんだよ。そりゃ、高里組ってデスマッチの参加者で強いやつを引っ張ってきてるんでしょ。
Japanese toast is something else out of this world. I know. For a fraction of a second, Taku felt still.
いや、もっとだよ。 Motto sueno.
God, I get it. Also, this guy, you know what this shirt reminds me of? It reminds me of Tobosiana's art book, the one that I have with me. I think it's actually Mary's book, but I have it with me currently, I think. Yes, I do. But it reminds me of some of the like the patterns in the backgrounds of some of the illustrations of CL. You know what I'm talking about, Mary? That's what his shirt reminds me of. There's that one illustration of CL with the outfit that's like the checkered, the houndstooth pattern that turns into crows. You know? Yeah. Okay, you get what I mean. You see what I mean. This is a man who loved Black Butler as a kid. Black Butler exists in this universe. That's what I'm getting from this man. This man tells me that Black Butler is canon in this universe. Anyway. You have Anthony Padilla from early Smosh hair. Yeesh. Oh dear. Don't mind that. I didn't just knock my sound my soundbox over this one. No, it's Aniki.
Aniki? 兄ちゃんってこと？ちげえよ。あれだよ、ほら、杯がうんたらかんたらってそういう兄貴。
Just some quick exposition on how Yakuza works, really quick.
そういう兄貴。でもさ、それってすごい不義理ってやつじゃね？ やばいんじゃねえの？
This guy, while less specific, the vibe is still CL Phantom Hype. This is CL Phantom Hype vibes. This guy is CL. This is CL and Alois! Is this what they're up to nowadays?
やばいよ。だから組の奴らに
They even have the right eye colors, right?
いないって話だけどな。
Wait, what color are Alois's eyes? Wait. No, he has light blue eyes. Okay. He's got blue eyes. They're not super light, but they're blue. I can't believe I'm overhearing CL and Alois right now. They're both hosts? Wow. Wait.
高里組なら人の一人や二人くらい簡単に消せるだろうしな。
His eyes are a bit more purple. Seal's demon eye is purple. But Seal's regular eye is blue. So like kinda. Almost. Maybe he's gone full demon. He's gone full demon. R.I.P. Wow. The pathways in my brain are truly connecting right now. My two brain cells are really rubbing together. one brain cell that's just like, hey, remember Alois Trancy? And the other brain cell that's like, I don't even know what the other brain cell's doing. The other brain cell keeps moving my mouse over the right side of the screen. Taco finished eating his honey toast in silence, but his expression looks stiff. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting dramatic moments with my nonsense. I'm sorry. Probably due to the subject matter. In this town, you couldn't walk 2 steps without hearing someone gossiping about the Takasata Gumi. It's hard to say that in the middle of an English sentence. I'm sorry. Some of it was true, a lot of it wasn't. But like a game of telephone, a lot of details got lost along the way, so only a small fraction knew the facts. The guys next to us were just recounting stuff they'd heard from elsewhere. Almost every rumor was tarnished with embellishments born of speculation or assumption, and this one was no different. It wasn't easy to discover the unvarnished truth buried beneath. For example, I would never know the real Taku, and he would never know the real me. Just because we'd known each other for years didn't mean we understood everything about each other. Then when the subject changed to something else, and a few minutes later, the two guys left to pay their bill. Once they were gone, Taku finally broke his bit of silence. I ate my cold toast without responding. As it happened, I knew the guy they were gossiping about. A lot about him, in fact. Believe it or not, that fight happened while I was still in the gang. Oh, scrappy boy. I tell her I love the scrappy protagonists. The scrappy bottoms. I'm not even sure if Toa is a bottom. Natural protagonists are always bottoms, but I don't know. Is he a bottom, Mary? Or is he a switch? Let me know. But I don't want to remember him, so I actively avoided thinking about his name off his face. I shrugged and Taku nodded slightly, still grimacing. And true, Akira is a switch, Toa is a bottom. I know. I was thinking about Akira. Don't worry, I didn't forget about your boy. I didn't forget about Rin. I know the one switch in the games. I just didn't know if Toa was... I didn't know if they'd kept the track record. They're doing like a combo, like a streak of all bottoms. They haven't broken the streak yet. I wanted to know if they'd broken the streak. this game. No, tallest till bottom. Okay. Meanwhile, unpleasant memories rose to mind. I first joined the Takasato Gumi back when my mother died. When I was in middle school, she died in an accident. Then a Yakuza named Sakaki came and told me she was his gang leader's mistress. No, breaking the streak. Sad. There I learned his name was Takasato Ryujiro, and he was my father. As a kid, I only know Sakaki as a good friend of my mother's. I never knew he was in a gang. Blah blah. After her death, he tried his best to look out for me, then one thing led to another, and I joined the Takasato Gumi. No real reason, he invited me to join, so I figured I would. To him, my mother was a dear friend. He would always reminisce about her. Because of that, he didn't feel like some Yakuza thug, he felt like family. As for my actual family, I couldn't remember much of them or anything that happened prior to my mother's death. I vaguely recalled that I had a little sister, but I couldn't remember what she looked like. The time of my mother's accident, I was injured and sent to the hospital. Maybe that had something to do with it. I stroked the eye patch over my right eye. There was no point in looking back. It was all in the past. Even without my childhood memories, I was still right here, living and breathing. That sounds like what happens when you have a dissociative disorder. Interesting. I looked down at the table. Tuckwood stabbed his fork into my cold half-eaten honey toast. Then, without batting an eye, he dragged it over to his own plate.
食べるのか?
お前どうせ残すだろ。
He made it sound like he was entitled to eat my leftovers. He had a point, though. I wasn't planning to eat the rest, but still. I laid my knife and fork to rest. Then I lit a cigarette, took the longest possible drag, and blew it all back at him.
おいやめろ。せっかく禁煙成功したってのに。
Wait. Grimacing, Taku waved a hand in front of his face.
本当に成功したかどうか試してるんだよ。
Hey!
今やるな今。食事中だぞ。
I fixed him with an impish grin. Scowling, he went back to the rest of my honey toast. As he wolfed down a few more bites, I smirked at him.
なんだ。
よく食うなと思って。
お前が小食すぎるんだよ。
He wiped his mouth roughly with a napkin and rose from the table.
ほら、行くぞ。
Damn, I forgot. I hadn't seen his standing sprite in a while. I forgot that he's like built like a tree. He grabbed the check and headed over to the register to pay. I crushed my cigarette in the ashtray, then followed after him. 7:36 p.m. Residential area, District E. After we left the cafe and I parted ways with Taku, I wandered around the town for a while. Then once the sun set, I headed to the park. Park. Wow. Some nice cylinders. The place was deserted on a winter night, and the white glow of the street lamps made it look even more desolate. I sat down on the chilly metal bench and lit another cigarette. I wasn't ready to go home yet, so I was trying to kill time. As I watched the pale smoke float up into the dark sky, I heard a commotion in the distance. Several pairs of footsteps were approaching, and when they passed under a street lamp, I recognized them instantly. Oh, hello! Your tit is out. Put your tit away.
おお、本当だ。トワさん。
Hello? Put your tit away. Kotaru, Mayu, and Eiji were three guys I knew very well. They walked right over to me.
お前、よく見えるよな。真っ暗なのにあんな遠くから。
目めっちゃいいの俺。超くっきりはっきり見えるよ。
アニメばっか見てるのに謎だよその視力。
Wow.
むしろアニメで鍛えられてるのよ。
It doesn't.
つうかとは何やってんだ。
Put your titty away.
どこだ。
Tan, muscular Kotaro bent over to get a good look at my face. You could say he had a wild side or a short temper, depending on how you looked at it.
ぼんやりしちゃって。 よからぬ妄想でもしてた
Excuse me real quick. Oh, Lucy, why are you so big? Cover that right up. Mayu cackled around the lollipop in his mouth. He was the tallest and leanest of the three, and he dressed like he found his clothes in the dumpster. Wow.
ケーキ漬けに一発爆弾でもどうですか？目覚めますよ。
No, bad. The guy in the beanie was AG. He was an expert at information gathering and bomb assembly. That's a concerning hobby to have. Using the power of social media, he had a vast information network that he used to collect all kinds of intel. I had slept with Kotaro and Mayu a couple times out of boredom, but never with AG. He told me he wasn't really into sex stuff. Ace King? AG, my wife. AG, Ace King? Yes, no. Asexual King? Yes, no. Kotaro's smoke was red, Mayu's was fuchsia, and AG's was blue-green color.
別に一服してただけ。
暇ってことが。
Yep.
なら
Icon,
デスマッ
icon.
チエリアに行かねえか？
With a grin, Kotaro straightened up and jerked his chin in the direction of Mr. Day.
面倒だからパス。
言うと思った
面倒だから。
絶対言うと思ったよ
You can get endings with the other two, but you don't sleep with them. Iconic. Also, I was just very charmed by Mendo Takara pass. I don't know why, but that.
暇ならいいだろ。付き合えよ。元兄弟のよしみでよ。
お前と杯を交わした覚えはないな。
Kotaro, Mayu, and Eiji were all former guns for hire that got recruited into the Takasato Gumi. Kotaro and Mayu were scouted via death matches after they proved their fighting skill. As for Eiji, supposedly he got invited to join after he hacked the social media accounts and websites for one of the Takasato Gumi businesses. Of course, they were by no means the only people recruited this way. In fact, I'd heard of people taking part in death matches specifically to try and get him with the gang.
杯って言えばよ。とは親父の葬式に来なかっただろ。
Kotaro smirked.
行くわけない。
今日の昼に葬式があって昨日は通夜だったんだよ。
へえ。
全然興味なしって感じですね。
Nope.
ああ。
Wow. My prediction skills off the chart. I sincerely didn't. What did it matter to me if some total stranger kicked the bucket?
いや、それよりデスマッチエリアだ。行こうぜ。
行ってみたら意外と楽しいかもよ。
ないな。
もういっそのこと全部爆弾で吹き飛ばすっていうのはどうです？
AG, no.
そしたら一瞬でみんな楽しくなりますよ。
I've known you for approximately 3 minutes and you gotta stop.
何がだバカ。
Kotaro snorted and flicked AG's forehead.
お宅はいいから行こうぜとは。ほら、立てよ。
By the way, Mary, since it's been 2 hours, let me know when it's a good time to, like, wrap up stream. Because, like, any point after this, that seems like a good time. Oh, let me know. Because I don't want to break up the story too weirdly. He grabbed my arm and hauled me up against my will. Once he had his mind set on something, it was impossible to get him to change it. Yes, sure thing. Pretty soon, I'll let you know. Okay! He kept a firm hold on me as we walked, like he was worried I was gonna bolt.
俺らは上からデスマッチに参加するなって言われてっからよ。なんもできねえ。が、お前は好きなだけ参加できるじゃねえか。羨ましいな、おい。元参加者として体がうずくぜ。
You've got fun eyebrows.
借金の取り立てで普段から好きなだけボコボコ殴ってるだろ。
それはお仕事だし。
Oh, I can take down Lucy now.
悪いね。
Now the game censoring you.
でもいつも楽しそうに追いかけ回してるじゃないですか、お二人とも。僕も怖くって。
嘘つけ。 借金野郎の弱みやら個人情報やらかき集めるのはお前の仕事だろうが。
はい、それはもちろん。新興味の情報なら任せてください。あと爆弾も。
あ、バカ弾も。AG donned a big cheesy smile and Kotaro scoffed. I keep saying Kotaru. Kotaro. Damn. Why are there so many satellites? Here in Shinkomi, as the positivity gap widened, many were burdened with large debts. Any debtor unable to make payments was mercilessly hounded by Takasato goons. And if their debt reached a certain size, the debtor would get a chip known as a web tag implanted in them. Oof! Web tag debtors were then tracked via surveillance towers erected all over Shinkomi. They were forbidden to set foot outside the city until their debt was repaid. If they tried to leave, the Takasato Gumi would send pursuers to hunt them down and kill them, no questions asked. You might wonder how the gang got their money back if the debtor was dead, but corpses had plenty of monetary value.
行くなら早く行こう。帰って録画しといたアニメ見たいんだよ。
Same. Mai was already looking away like he'd lost interest in the conversation.
うるせえな、このアニメオタク。
っていうか、あのスズメ、ポップコーン頬張りすぎね。欲張りすぎだよ。
あ？どこだよ。見えないっつうの。
I love
お
sparrows.
前の異常な視力で見えるもんは普通の人間には見えねえんだよ。
みんなも俺みたいにアニメ見ればいいのよ。アニメ見ようよ。
This guy really got his titties out and watching anime all the time. Wow, what a life to live.
見ねえよ。
か。
Oh! Chinese? What? What's that? I don't know languages outside of Japanese and English. I'm sorry. Yep. Oh! Is it Mandarin or Cantonese or something else? I don't know much about Chinese. I use Chinese. Oh. District A, also known as Deathmatch Area, was a place forbidden to the average citizen, not that they'd want to visit. Because no normal people ever came around, nearly all the shops... It's a dialect. Okay. Nearly all the shops had closed their doors for good. Deeper you travelled into the district, the rougher and dirtier the city became. The place was busiest at night, but by some unspoken rule, that was when everyone showed up. Okay, mobile. Do you think Hakama Guy is here? I just want to see him. Should I just make... Because I've been... Okay, here's a pitch. Because I've been debating what outfit to actually give my PNG. Because I don't want to do full magical girl outfit. I just want like a casual outfit. But I don't know what kind of casual outfit to have. Should I just give myself the Hakama Guy outfit? Should that just be my official outfit for a while? Because I want to get back to my angel form. But I need to have clothes before I can do that. Yes, I should just be Hakama Guy? Okay. I'll start doing that then. Because I don't know what else to do. I can't think of ideas. I can't think of casual clothes ideas that suit me. So maybe I'll just be Hakama Guy forever. As the four of us, I'll just steal it. Just steal the character design of Hakama Guy. Background character of dramatical murder. Whatever. As the four of us walked into the hut, oh my god. As the four of us walked to the heart of District A, the sounds of scuffling and jeering grew louder. Kotaro grinned. Here, unlike anywhere else, the air smelled of dust and copper. That's blood. And unlike anywhere else, everyone's smoke was full of chaotic energy. The countless colors shifted and blurred together like an aurora of reject crayons. Good analogy.
平和平和。この間の見せしめが効いたね。
見せしめ？ああ、銃ぶっ放しまくってたやつか。まあ、吊るしといたからな。
銃は使用禁止になったのか？
AG shook his head in response to my question.
使用禁止という明確なルールは作ってません。相変わらず暗黙の了解状態ですよ。そのせいか負けたことが悔しくてどうしても勝ちたい、復讐したいって新参者が銃を持ち込むことも増えてきてるんですけどね。
Technically, deathmatch rules prevented the use of weapons. However, weapons gave the armed fighters a huge advantage over the unarmed, so there was an implicit agreement among the participants not to bring any. Nevertheless, as Eiji said, some came armed regardless. These types were seen as cowards, and they were sometimes lynched as a warning to the others. Yeesh.
この間吊るしたやつはリンチを止めに入って俺らにも銃を向けてきたからよ。そりゃぶん殴るよな。そうじゃなくても銃や武器が絡むと試合じゃなくて戦争が始まっちまう。
そういうアホを見つけたらボコって持ち込んだ武器と一緒に吊るしとくとね、それなりの効果があるんだよね。
もしデスマッチが戦争になったら、その矛先は必ず高里組に向きます。それじゃ新興味がめちゃくちゃになっちゃいますから。どんなに混沌としているように見えてもバランスは大事ですからね。
みんなが平和に暮らすためってとこか。
Ah, yes. I feel very at peace currently. Currently in the situation, I feel very much at peace. And Toa agrees. As I listened, I thought to myself, what does peace even look like here in Shinkomi? Once you fell into the depths of hell, you wouldn't be climbing back out again. No, you'd have to make your peace down here. And our little rock-bottom society played by its own rules. I was merely a cog in the machine. Wow. But believe it or not, I kind of liked it down here. Nothing worth caring about, nothing that could tie me down. In that sense, yeah, maybe it was peaceful. A nearby ring of onlookers started to cheer, and I looked over. A rainbow of smoke blurred together, flailing wildly. But I watched it all with cold indifference. I don't know why, but whenever that cutaway comes up, I keep imagining it like an anime mid-transition where it says the name of the anime really like dramatically. So I just think like slow damage. After I left the deathmatch area, I was sitting in some random bar getting drunk when my phone buzzed. There was a new message in the group chat between me, Rei, and Taku. Oh my god, group chats! Yes! Got a call about a critical patient. Come over ASAP. As it happened, I was thinking of going home anyway. Cigarette between my lips, I paid for my tab and walked out. See you later, fuckos! Murase Clinic, 1:31 a.m. A few minutes after I arrived back at the clinic, Rei showed up. The patient was gravely injured, but this was no ordinary patient. Huh? A group of men, possibly the guy's buddies, carried him in through the back entrance. His shirt was stained with red. The shirt was stained red with blood. All of them were wearing flashy clothes with lots of accessories. Oh. These weren't innocent civilians, these were Yakuza. Most of the main medical facilities in Shinkomi claimed to refuse service to gang members. In reality, a lot of them accepted those same patients behind closed doors, and this clinic was one of them. We were so often visited by Yakuza, you'd think Taku was one of them. Word on the street was that he had earned the Takazatogumi's trust. Sometimes he would suddenly close the clinic or change office hours just to accommodate these special patients. Out of respect for his civilian patients, he made the gang bring their wounded in through the back, but it was an open secret at this point. This didn't scare off any of his regular patients, however, doctors as good as Taku had to find. Besides, the residents of Shinkomi accepted that these things came with the territory of living here. With permission, Rei began to remove the patient's shirt as he lay on the exam table. Men were sweating bullets, gritting his teeth to endure the pain. Stripping him revealed a stab wound in his side, covered in blood. Frowning, Taku examined the cut and started patching him up. Rei and I assisted him as needed, following orders as he gave them. After he finished administering first aid, Taku let out a long sigh. The patient had regained a lot of color in his complexion compared to when he first arrived, and he seemed calmer now. Oh. Hello, sir. Takasato thug. Grunting, the man tried to push himself into a sitting position. Taku held out a hand to stop him.
急に動かない方がいいですよ。
手当てが終わったら戻ってこいって上に言われてるんでね。
Yes. Ignoring Taku's request, the man sat up himself regardless. Then, clutching his bandaged side, he slowly hopped down off the exam table.
世話になった。すまねえ。
Taku didn't bother trying to stop him. He knew precisely what kind of world this man lived in. The man snatched up his neatly folded shirt and started walking, pressing his hand against the wall for support. Yeesh. He left accompanied by his associates.
見送ってくるわ。
Ray hurried after them. They would be leaving through the back the same way they came in. The man's medical expenses would then be billed to the Takasato Gumi directly. Wow, just sit up in my chair, slid down. Wow. As Taku and I tidied up the medical equipment, Ray came back into the exam room and let out a giant sigh.
ほんと嫌になっちゃう。
仕方がない。無理に引き止めることもできないからな。
もちろん分かってはいるんだけどね。あんな状態で返すのって本人の意思だから仕方がないんだけど。
患者が望まないのであれば俺たちができることは何もない。
うん、そうなのよね。
Ray nodded to himself sadly, eyes on the floor. Wow. This sort of thing didn't happen every single day, but it was still fairly frequent. Judging from his stab wound, the patient probably got embroiled in some sort of fight. But Yakuza weren't the only ones who had to worry about physical danger. Everywhere you looked, the city was dripping with death and violence, the product of pent-up rage that no one knew how to allay. By this point, the line between Yakuza and civilian had blurred beyond recognition.
あとはもう大丈夫かしら。
ああ、来てくれて助かったよ。急に呼び出してすまなかったな。
いいのよ、気にしないで。
あと、明日の炊き出し、よろしくな。
Oh?
はーい。
So kitchen?
炊き出し
Same. The unusual phrase gave me pause, but Taku rolled his eyes.
先週から言ってただろう。忘れたのか？路上生活者や仕事が見つからない人たちを支援するボランティアのイベントだよ。
Oh my god, I just realized, looking at my stream scene, this pink splatter of the background kind of lines up with the smoke in the background of the character. I did that on accident. I'm incredible. Wow. Wow, I'm incredible. Anyway. Come to think of it, I vaguely remembered that conversation. Stuff I didn't care about generally wasn't a priority to me.
よろしく頼むな。あとは俺がやるから帰っていいぞ。
At his prompting, Ray and I left the room.
とは
Right as I was about to head up to my apartment, Ray stopped me. Hello?
最近絵の方はどうなの？誰かいいモデルは見つかった？
Oh?
いや、今のところは。
I shook my head. Ray was referring to my article on the fourth face, Roos Company blog, recruiting potential art models. Or probably when the soup kitchen starts is a good place to end stream. Okay. Also, wow. Apart from the last sentence, the last 3 words, this is wow. I've never related to a sentence more in my life. Outside of being an all-around degenerate, art was my sole hobby, specifically oil painting. I don't do oil paintings. That shit, it's expensive. It's expensive and it takes 500 million years to dry. Ray liked my work a lot. When he showed his boss at Roost, the guy decided he wanted to display all my new pieces in his establishment. That said, I couldn't paint a thing without a model, and not just any model, one who met my specific requirements. The manager of Roost liked to appraise and collect paintings as a hobby, and he wrote about all sorts of artists on the company blog, both professional and amateur. He also invited artists to send in photos of their submissions, which he would post on the site. And if he really liked a piece, he would display it in the bar. You know why I keep getting noise vibes from Toa? It's because Toa's really autistic coded, right? Like, right? Like, right? Like, right? Like, one of the very first things someone said in this game was someone telling him to make eye contact with them. Because he wasn't doing it. And like, same. I can certainly see it. And the special interest, his sole hobby being art. Come on, man. And like, he just ignores people as well. I do that all the time. Like when people are talking to him and if he doesn't have a thing to say back, he just doesn't say anything back. Like, I do that all the time. Like I know in my head you're supposed to do at least like an affirmative, like, to make sure the person knows that you heard them, but I just don't say anything. When they were at the diner, that's what I thought. Wait till you see how he texts. But yeah, when they were at the diner, there was a point where like someone said something to him. I don't remember exactly what happened because I have the memory of a literal goldfish. But someone said something to him and he like thought of like how he felt about that sentence in his head and then just didn't respond. He was just like, alright, I've processed that information. But he didn't actually let the other person know that he took in that information. Which, goddamn, wow. That's... If that wasn't written to be autistic on purpose, damn. Like, damn. I mean, come on. Periodically, articles will go up seeking models for my work. Anyway, yes, going back to the game. Just needed to throw that out there. My never-ending quest to find every single autistic coded bottom. My artist alias was Euphoria, chosen for me by Ray. Euphoria, oh. I didn't care too much, but apparently Euphoria had a unique style that attracted a considerable cult following. So whenever my model requests went up, I'd always get a handful of responses. It's more of a steady trickle than a torrent, so I only checked my inbox whenever I felt like it. It didn't matter how interested the model was. If I wasn't interested in them, I couldn't paint them. And I bet he doesn't respond to the emails. He doesn't respond to them being like, not interested, sorry. He literally just lets them he just never lets them know if he's even seen it or not. 100%. And lately I wasn't interested in the people who emailed me.
早く新作書いてよね。一ファンとして楽しみにしてるんだから。それじゃ、おやすみ。
Oyasumi. With a playful wink, he strode off into the staff room, humming a jaunty tune as he went. Wow. I'm relating to Toa a lot mentally, but personality-wise, I'm relating so much to Ray. I present as Ray, and my inner monologue is Toa. Except a little bit. I don't know. Maybe when I was a teenager. Less now. As for me, I took the elevator to the 3rd floor and went into my apartment. Then I switched on the TV, flopped onto the sofa, and grabbed my half-finished bottle of booze on the floor. I am not into substances, though. Unfortunately, I part ways with Toa on this subject. After the lukewarm alcohol flowed down my throat, I grabbed a pack of cigarettes on the coffee table and lit one. You know, you want to know, because like, it sounds so noble that I don't drink. Literally the reason that I don't drink is because with my blood pressure disorder, it experience the negative effects of alcohol before I experience the positive ones. So, drinking isn't enjoyable for me. Like, there's just... It's like, I can't even if I wanted to use it as an unhealthy coping mechanism, I couldn't. Fun fact about me is it just makes me dizzy and I have to lie down. I have like a sip of beer and I have to leave. I have to be like, sorry guys, I'm out. And then I just have to lie down and I have a headache immediately. And this is all before I even feel any kind of tipsy. So it's just pointless. Alcohol is pointless to me. Anyway, after the lukewarm, yeah, I read that. Gazing up at the faint illumination of the flickering TV on the ceiling, I slowly exhaled the smoke. According to the clock on the wall, it was nearly 3 a.m. Oh my god. Don't keep your TV on at 3 a.m. What if you see... I was gonna like reference something that's like, what if you it's like calling blank at 3 a.m. but then I realized that you could literally put anything in that blank, and so do you think Toa would make just 3 a.m. challenge videos? Actually, he's the age where he probably would have watched 3 a.m. challenge videos as a kid. Do you think he was a fan of J Station when he was little? Or is there a Japanese equivalent to J Station? I hate that I have mentioned J Station on my channel now. Oh god. I'm gonna edit that out of the VOD. I don't want his name. I don't want a soundbite of my voice saying his name on the internet. Slow damage. I'm just gonna do the anime cut-in voiceover every time that shows up. I'll just do it for you. Then Imoto Central Park. The next day, Taco shook me awake and dragged me out to help with the volunteer soup kitchen event. Is this when you said we should pause it? Is this the start of a soup kitchen? What? I am gonna save anyway. Oh, a little notebook. Put here. Oh, save this. Yes, please. Thank you. Save complete. Thank you. Yep, okay. Wah! We've done it! We played slow damage! Is it fun? I have fun. I like it. It's cool, it's pretty. And it's got a lot. It has like... Oh, sketches. You can even start the story. The latest quick save. Oh, and the bunny. And there's a bear over there too. Okay. Anyway. I like all the little gameplay elements. It's cool. It's artsy and weird and cool. And it's cool. I like it. Wait, show me. What? So, yes, I was right. The little paint tubes turn into people. Look at him. Wow. Hee. But it's cool. I like it. Look how cool. Also, I don't know if it might be too quiet on stream, but the sound effect when you like hover over an option in the menu, it's a cool sound effect. I don't know why I think it's cool, but it's cool. Anyway, we're gonna wrap up stream for today. Wah! Oh, the shadow people in the background. Oh god, I meant to just do a light stretch, but it really dragged out. I didn't mean to stretch that hard. But thank you for coming and hanging out. Thank you for stream. Thank you for coming, and thank you for working so hard on video game. Thank you for working so hard on localizing it, Mary. And to everyone who helped localize it. Everyone who helped make it in general. Because it's really cool. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming, someone. It's like all the art is really pretty. All like the assets. And all of it's really artsy and cool, and the gameplay looks really like is really unique and interesting. Yeah, it's I kept like referencing other media that it reminded me of. And the thing that all those pieces of media reminded me of had in common was that I like all of them. So that's impressive. It looks really cool. And if you want to play it for yourself, then you should do it. Because I'm only going to be playing the common route on stream. Because there's content that I cannot show past the common route. So yeah, I'm only going to be playing the common route on stream. So you should play it for yourself because it's cool. And it literally just came out yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was literally yesterday, wasn't it? Well, it's very new. You should play it. It's in English now, and it's really cool. And the English localization is incredible because Mary worked on it. And I know that they worked really, really hard on it too. And everyone else did. Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, so everyone should play it. Go play it. I am the unofficial Jazz Blue ambassador, where I say go play game made go play game, because apparently that's what my channel is I just play Jazz Blue games and also Subnautica sometimes. And also Emily that one time. But anyway, thank you for coming and hanging out. I'll probably continue playing this game next week. Yeah, I think I'll play this next week. Will take the spot in my schedule that Dramatical Murder was taking. So yeah. Yesterday? Was it yesterday or the day before that? 2 days ago, I had my Kachaka stream. So, Slow Damage will take the spot of that Monday stream. Okay? Understood. Cool. And I'll do Slow Damage streams until Common Route's done. And then I'll probably do Clear in Dramatical. So we have forever. That spot is apparently reserved for Jazz Blue games. Remember to drink water. Anyway, thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I had a good time. Play video games. Thank you so much. Atsunawa. Bye.